always on one.
Why don't you take the burn side?
Why don't I take the burn? Fair enough.
All right, we're just going to wait down here a little bit, and these players are pretty much off and running. Now, this match is, well, it's something, right?
It's magic.
Yeah.
My guess is that there was a very timely use of some destructive revelries to take down something like a Phyrexian Unlife, anything like that. Because this is a matchup where Burn very much struggles, because they just have an automatic gain 10 life on a 3-mana enchantment, and then they've also got access to that Angel's Grace, which can't really be interacted with.
All right, here we go. We're going to transition down there pretty quickly. Burn versus Ad Nauseam. I would say it's a classic, but that would imply that Ad Nauseam's a classic.
It was a classic like 2 years ago.
That's very true. So we're going to, I guess, step in a time warp to 2 years ago when we head down there. Yeah. All right, here we go. That did not get updated. Now it is Ad Nauseam and Burn.
Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Oh,
so, Ad Nauseam, your classic weird combo deck.
Ad Nauseam's definitely unusual. It's got a lot of tools in it. It's got a lot of cantrips. Another way that could happen is, depending on who's on the play, an Eidolon of the Great Revel can do an enormous amount of boost in this matchup, because the deck is largely cantrips, and then you've got the Ad Nauseams themselves. So that's going to be another card that might have some ability to fight through this.
You also might see a very interesting interaction if the game goes very weird. Mm-hmm. By the way, Serum Vision's starting off for Chester. That's a pretty good start in cantrips for the combo deck, in that Eidolon of the Great Revel will deal infect damage to Chester if he has an unlife and negative life.
Because it is damage, absolutely, yeah. It's an uphill battle all the way for Michael, especially being on the draw that game too. I don't know exactly what the details are, but my assumption would be that the Cliff Notes read somehow like Eidolon, Destructive Revelry, have a nice day.
Or maybe stole game 1 somehow. Or Mulligans were involved.
Not being on the draw in game 2. Mulligans is definitely a possibility, but that Ad Nauseam deck is pretty streamlined. It doesn't mulligan too much. It's been refined pretty heavily.
So 2 mana, Pentad Prism versus Monastery Swift Spear.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael does have a lot of action in his hand. And Chester is, he's on a clock. This is not, wait around if I can sculpt my combo forever.
3 copies of Destructive Revelry are the options that we have. Yeah, that's definitely a rough one. There's a Shattering Spree, but that one doesn't really have the same ability to deal damage, and it doesn't answer the Phyrexian Unlife. So I'm not certain if that would come in just to take down Pentad Prisms.
Well, it also takes out a Lotus Bomb, right?
No. The card is a sorcery. The shatters.
Oh,
the Shattering Spree, and the deck can go off at instant speed.
In my head, I confused it with Smash or Smithereens.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we've got 2 Swift Spears now, of course, off that Stomping Ground, and a Lava Spike. So 16, soon to be a lot less.
Creatures is absolutely part of the boost for this. Its fastest starts, the way that you win on turn 3 with Burn, is by getting it done with creatures.
So 2 mana for Chester. Peer Through Depths. What are you looking to find here? Maybe a copy of Ad Nauseam, maybe Angel's Grace.
Michael's got to kill next turn.
Well, he's got the Angel's Grace now.
If Chester plays incorrectly, dead.
So what?
But the amount of pressure that Michael is about to press on this situation is going to be excessive, because
I believe
Chester
that is actually 2 copies of Angel's Grace in Chester's hand.
Really?
So also has Pact of Negation.
Oh, now that's actually going to be excellent as well.
Gonna draw.
It does force Chester to use the Angel's Grace at a time that you wouldn't really want to.
That is a lot of 1 mana action. We're gonna start with, Lava Spike. Go to 9.
I like this a lot, by the way, using the Lava Spike, then the Lightning Bolt, and maybe just forcing the Angel's Grace and then keeping another land.
It's an attack for 4.
Because I don't know if
Bolt you
Michael...
to 6 first. Oh, we're gonna end up at 1.
If Michael has another land, he doesn't. Okay. So we are now Angel's Grace.
Another land.
Chester's all in survival mode.
All right.
Don't do this to me, Camera 1.
Camera 1, please.
We'll fix this.
Just that one right there?
Yep.
All right.
We'll be back in just a quick moment.
Camera 1, you were the chosen one. That's why we called you Camera 1.
Right? Didn't people just compliment our cameras?
I think so. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, bolt on the stack on Michael's end step.
Pattern negation takes it down. The other lightning bolt comes down, and that's Michael in 3.
Yeah, look at that. Burn beating ad nauseam. And you said it was a horrible matchup.
Don't you pretend like it isn't.
I don't know. Clearly, results-based thinking. Michael has won the only match of this so far in the tournament.
Michael, every single time he's been on camera, has played tight magic.
Yeah.
This has been some phenomenal. I am so sad that we missed that moment, but to come back, what we had was a situation to where, Chester survived with the Angel's Grace, and then with 2 lightning bolts in the hand. 3 lightning bolts in that game.
I was going to say, Chester also had access to 4 Leyline of Sanctities in that match. Did not find any of them, so...
They don't do much in the library.
That's very true.
Oh, man. That is excellent. Is the top 8 decided yet? No.
Not even close.
This is round 6. We've still got a round 7 coming up. We had 73 players.
Oh, wow. Michael even brought in Deflecting Palm for Lightning Storm.
Fun fact, I think that's objectively
fun.
Incorrect.
I also agree.
I'm not going to, it obviously worked, but just to provide my thoughts on this, if Michael is going to the back, Ad Nauseam runs 4 copies of Pact of Negation in the deck.
Yes. Some number. It runs some number of Pact
True,
of
not always
Negations.
4. Not always 4. It runs some number. Once the Ad Nauseam has resolved, you lose.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Having a game plan that involves beating Ad Nauseam after the Ad Nauseam has resolved is, in my opinion, wrong.
Yeah.
Now, Deflecting Palm, it is possible, and now it's not entirely true because there have been cases in which Ad Nauseam players, because they know that their Pact of Negation is so good, I've seen them sideboard it out for the last game. Because when you fire off the Ad Nauseam for a game 2, something like that, you flip through it, you see there's still the Pact of Negation, so you expect that your burn opponent then sideboards out their Deflecting Palms, so you can sideboard out your Pact of Negations. There's a weird mind game there. Now, in my opinion, don't go to less than 1 Pact of Negation, because if they have the Deflecting Palm, you just beat it.
All right, and while TJ runs through all that stuff, we're going to transition back to the news desk and wait for round 7.
Yes!
Welcome back up to the news desk. 350 people watching at the moment. No pressure on me.
These boys are going to game 3. They're going to be on table 1 if you want them.
Jerry, you're my favorite person in the world right now.
Yay!
All right, transition back up to the booth, and we're going right back down.
Jerry's on the case. Can we talk about how good the judge is for this event?
Oh, yeah, no, he's the best.
He has been nailing it consistently.
So,